Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video we will see how to deploy Microsoft Defender for Office 365. I'm going to walk you through the steps end-to-end deployment for Microsoft Defender for Office 365. If you have not, please go ahead and watch my previous videos wherein we talk about piloting and deploying Microsoft Defender for Office 365 in your organization. Please use those recommendations to onboard Microsoft Defender for Office, Defender XDR, Defender for Identity. And now after this video, look at the Microsoft Defender for Office 365 as an individual cybersecurity tool or as part of the end-to-end solution with Microsoft Defender XDR. Okay, as suggested below, as suggested in the previous videos, end-to-end deployment for Microsoft Defender XDR should start with Defender for Identity, then Defender for Office 365, Defender for Endpoint, Defender for Cloud Apps, and then you can investigate and respond to threats. In this video, we will talk about the deployment and workflow for Defender for Office 365. So let me fire up my whiteboard and start. I'll create a new whiteboard. I'll go with the blank. All right. Now, it starts with the first step, okay, which is your audit and verify the public MX record. If you do not know what is an MX record, please go and read about it on the documentation. And then in the step 2, you have to audit the accepted domains. I'll give you a brief of what these terminologies are when we will cover the Defender for Office 365 playlist. Now, in the third step, you have to audit the inbound connectors, right? So you should know about what are the mail transport rules, what are the connectors, SPF, DKIM, DMARC records. If you don't know that, please read about them. And then after that, you have to activate the evaluation. After that, you have to create the pilot groups. After that, you have to configure the protection or the other protection features that are available. This is the high level. We'll discuss it in detail as well. And the last step, you will try out the capabilities. All right. Now, when you say I want to audit and verify the public MX record, I have to audit the accepted domains, I have to audit the inbound connectors, activate the evaluation. Now let's discuss these steps in detail. Now, first let me show you the Defender for Office 365 architecture. To begin with, at the top you have the Microsoft Defender XDR. All right. After that, you have the Microsoft Defender for I'll start from here. I'm sorry. So first step is the external sender, that is sending an email to you. Let's say your email address is john@contoso.com. Right. So external sender is sending an email to you from the Gmail or whatever, or from his domain. All right. Now the mail goes here and then it goes through internet and then it comes to the Exchange Online protection. Okay. It comes here. Yo. Now in here, in Exchange Online protection, you have connection filters, you have anti-malware, policy filters, anti-spam, anti-spoofing, and other content filters. Okay. Then you have Exchange Online. In here you have junk mail, mailbox rules, message encryptions, write management. And then you have the Entra ID, Microsoft Entra ID, to take care of account provisioning and then directory edge blocking. All right. You might also have a third-party SMTP gateway. Right. And you might have the Exchange or the on-prem integration. You may be not cloud-only organization. And then you have Exchange, you have ADDS, your Active Directory Domain Services, and then you have Microsoft Entra Connect or the DIRSync as well. You may be hybrid. Okay. And this is the connection, right? From here to here. This comes under Defender for Office 365. Okay, because it will carry out the functionalities of anti-phishing, user impersonation, domain impersonation, safe links, or safe attachments. Right? Now, if I show you the explain you the step-by-step process. So the host server for the external sender, this is an external sender, typically performs a public DNS lookup for an MX record, which provides the target server to relay the message. This referral can either be Exchange Online directly or an SMTP gateway configured to relay against Exchange Online. Now, Exchange Online protection negotiates and validates the inbound connection and inspects the message headers and content to determine what extra policies, tagging or processing is required. Okay, after that, Exchange Online integrates with Microsoft Defender for Office 365 to offer more advanced threat protection, right? Or the mitigation or remediation. Now, a message that is not malicious or blocked or quarantined is processed and delivered to the recipient in Exchange Online, where user preferences related to junk mail, mailbox rules, or other settings are evaluated or triggered, right? So integration with on-premises environments is best to use as an Exchange server for supported management and administration of mail-related attributes. Now, Microsoft Defender for 365 shares signals to Microsoft Defender XDR for extended detection and response, which is XDR. Right. So on-premise integration is common, but it is optional. If your environment is cloud only, this guidance is also be helpful for you. Now, to do the successful Defender for Office 365 evaluation or production deployment requires some prerequisite. Make sure that all your recipient mailboxes are currently in Exchange Online. Okay. Your public MX record resolves directly to EOP. Or to a third-party SMTP gateway that then relays inbound external email directly to EOP. Your primary email domain is configured as authoritative in Exchange Online. You successfully deployed and configured directory-based edge blocking, or DBEB. I will have to discuss this in detail. Directory-based edge blocking. Okay. Now, if I talk about steps, all right, the first step would be how would we audit and verify the public MX? Okay, so one step, audit and verify the public MX record. To effectively evaluate Defender for Office, it's important that inbound external email is relayed through the EOP instance associated with your tenant. Now, when you log into admin.microsoft.com, you need to go to settings and then select domains, right? Make sure that the verify email domain and in the domains details, you need to open up and select the DNS records tab. Make a note of the MX record that's generated and assigned to your EOP tenant, right? How will you do it? The MX record assigned to your EOP tenant. And then you access your external public DNS zone and check the primary MX record associated with your email domain. Make sure that your public MX record currently matches the assigned EOP address, right? For example, if you have contoso-com.mail.protection.outlook.com, okay, mail.protection.outlook.com, then no further routing changes should be required. But if your public MX record currently resolves to a third party or on-premise SMTP gateway, then additional routing configuration may be required. And if your public MX record currently resolves to an on-premise exchange, then you may still be in a hybrid model where some recipient mailboxes haven't yet been migrated to the Exchange Online. This is step number 1. Now, if you talk about accepted domains, you need to audit them. And when it comes to manage audit accepted domains, you need to check that on the Exchange Admin Center, which is admin.exchange.microsoft.com, and under mail flow you will see the accepted domains part. All right, on the accepted domains page, make a note of the domain type value for your primary email domain and make sure that if it is set to authoritative, then it's assumed all recipient mailboxes for your organizations currently reside in Exchange Online, and if that is set to internal relay, then you may still be in a hybrid model where some recipient mailboxes still reside on on-premise. Okay. Now the third step is that you audit the inbound connectors. Audit inbound connectors. Same thing that you would check on the Exchange Admin Center, which is admin.exchange.microsoft.com, and under mail flow you will see the connectors. On the connectors page, make note of any connectors with the following settings. The from value is partner organization that might correlate to a third party SMTP gateway. The from value is your org that might indicate that you are still in a hybrid scenario. And after that, you can use the evaluation if you want to evaluate the Microsoft Defender for Office 365, and then you can go to the Defender portal, which is security.microsoft.com. Click on the email and collaboration. Under that, go to policies and rules, then threat policies, and enable the evaluation mode. Okay, which would let you start the evaluation, and it will give you an option to turn on the protection dialog or you only want reporting, right? Make sure that if you're evaluating that product, make sure that you're selecting no, I only want reporting option. And in the select users, you want to select all users that you want to go with. Okay, and then after that you can create pilot groups to choose to pilot specific users before enabling and enforcing policies to the entire organization, right? You will create distribution groups to help you manage the deployment process. And then you will configure the protection, the security policies, and you will assign users to the preset security policies. We'll discuss what preset security policies are in the separate video, and then what custom protection policies are, and how you assign the preset security policies, how you configure the custom protection policies, and then on the later part you can do SIM integration. All right, so by SIM integration I mean you will integrate Microsoft Sentinel or a generic security information and event management service to enable centralized monitoring of alerts and activities from the connected applications. And you can, when you integrate Microsoft Sentinel, it will provide you a more comprehensive way to analyze security events across the organization. All right, so this was the steps that the end-to-end deployment of Microsoft Defender Office 365, which is part of Microsoft Defender XDR suite. I hope this was informative for all of you. If you have any further queries, please mention them in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.